Welcome back. We now give you the details of the top stories. I'm Randolf Jamias. On the occasion of the birthday of His Majesty Akihito, Emperor of Japan, President U Sen sent warm greetings to the Japanese Emperor on 23rd December. On the occasion of the birthday of His Majesty Akihito, Emperor of Japan, President U Sen sent warm greetings to Prime Minister of Japan, Yoshihiko Noda, on 23rd December. After attending 20th ASEAN-India Special Commemorative Summit, President U Sen and members left New Delhi for Mumbai on 21st December. At Palan Air Base, the President and party were seen off by Indian Deputy Minister for Human Resource Development, Jitendra Prasada, and officials of Myanmar Embassy. Upon arrival at Mumbai Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport, the President were welcomed by government officials and Maharashtra State. The President and party later proceeded to Leela Palace during their stay in Mumbai. In honor of Myanmar President, the Confederation of Indian Industry hosted gala dinner at Leela Palace Hotel. Adi Godrej, President of CII, extended greetings. President U Sen, in his address, said that Myanmar and India share the sea and land borders and have existed in peace for thousands of years. Geographical proximity, links in cultural heritage, and friendship between the two nations endured the test of time. Since regaining independence, Myanmar and India have maintained good relations based on the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. President U Sen paid goodwill visit to India in October 2011, and Indian Prime Minister visited Myanmar in May 2012. Myanmar is now cooperating with Asian countries for socio-economic development and supports India's Look East policy. For 2011-2012 fiscal year, Myanmar-India's total trade volume has reached over 1.35 or 37 billion US dollars as Myanmar exported agricultural and forest products to India and imported metal products, medicines, transportation, and electronic goods. According to 2012 statistics of Myanmar Investment Commission, the trade volume of 6 Indian companies amounted to 262 million US dollars. In response to the reform measures, the US and EU countries lifted several economic restrictions to Myanmar, and the country has better terms with world nations, the World Bank, and IMF. Myanmar has recently promulgated new foreign investment law protecting the investors' rights for revenue and benefits. For better transportation access, the roads and bridges were built across the country. India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway project and its further extension to Laos and Cambodia will promote regional trade and connectivity. There will be tax holiday and tax exemption programs for those investments in innovation technology, quality promotion, production promotion, while reducing environmental pollution. The President invited the Indian companies to make investment in major projects of the Way, Tilawa, and Chowpyu deep seaport projects and special economic zones, as well as in oil and gas exploration of energy sector. The Director General of CII also expressed gratitude. President U Sen and the President of CII exchanged commemorative gifts. In the same story, on the 22nd, President U Sen and members visited Yadanagiri via Mumbai, where they were welcomed by Indian Minister of State for Forest, Port and Urban Development, Bhaskan Jadhav, and officials. The President laid wreaths in memory of Myanmar's last monarch, King Thibaw, and her royal consort Yemetin Supaya Galay. The President and members viewed around the brick palace and chamber halls for King Thibaw, Her Royal Consort Yemetin Supaya Galay, and the eldest princess, as well as the king's portrait and his accessories. The president signed in the visitor's book. In Yedanagiri District Governor's Office, the president supported 5 ancestors of King Thibaw royal family and provided cash assistance. The president also met with officials of Yedanagiri District. He explained that Myanmar's last monarch, King Thibaw, was sent to Yedanagiri of India, and India's last monarch, Zafar Shah, was also sent to Yangon. He requested preservation of King Thibaw's brick palace. The president and members studied Baikas Bungalow, the residence of present district governor of Otrand Hall. Last Myanmar monarch King Thibaw was the devout Buddhist, and he was the only king who passed religious exam in Pali language with highest grade. The king invited learned persons inside and outside the palace and made religious reforms as well as published law books. He was very kind and considerate to the people. He spent money from royal treasury to free the servants. On 28 November 1885, the British government exiled King Thibaw together with Queen Supaya, 2 princesses, and her royal consort Supaya Galay from Mianana Sancho Golden Palace of Mandalay to Madarat of India. On 10 April 1886, the king and royal family were sent to Yedanagiri of Mahashastra State. For 24 years, the royal family hired 2 Baikas bungalows in Orchard Hall residence in Yedanagiri, and the current owner is District Police Inspector. The construction of new residential palace took nearly 5 years, from 1906 to 1911, and the royal family moved in September 1911. On 28 June 1912, her royal consort Supaya Galay passed away because of wrong prescription of medicine. King Thibaw demanded the British government to send back the remains of his consort to Myanmar, but it was not allowed. Therefore, the coffin was buried at the residential palace. On 15 December 1916, the king passed away after suffering severely from diabetes and kidney failure. Queen Supaya buried the king's coffin beside the tomb of her royal consort by using zinc roof, wood, camphor, and coal. At the request of British government, the tomb of Brick Palace was built on 29 December 1916. Queen Supaya and princesses demanded several times to send back the remains of king and his consort to Mandalay Palace. However, the British government refused the request and cremated the remains by force outside Yedanagiri on 5 February 1917. The actual date for monumental inscription was 21 December 1919, but they dated 19 December. The tombs were kept on the throne and housed with 8 white umbrellas inside the brick palace. Although the queen and princesses returned Myanmar, the eldest princess went back to Yedanagiri and settled with her husband Gopar Sawa. The eldest princess passed away on 3 June 1947 and cremated on the 5th according to the Buddhist rites. The tombs of King Thibaw, his royal consort, and eldest princess were kept inside the brick palace in Yedanagiri, and it was taken care by Mahashitra state government. President U Thant Singh is the first Myanmar leader who visited and prayed at the royal residential palace and brick palace tomb of King Thibaw in Yedanagiri. After attending the 20th ASEAN-India Special Commemorative Summit in New Delhi, President U Thant Singh visited Royal Palace and Residential House of King Thibaw, the last emperor of Myanmar Kingdom, in Yedanagiri on 22nd December. Myanmar delegation left Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport of Mumbai and arrived back in Naypyidaw in the evening. The president and delegation members were welcomed by the vice presidents, the union ministers, and officials. More news are coming up. Please stay tuned.